Hey, future bestsellers, Lisa Daly here. Did you know that as an author or writer, you can take big deductions on your taxes, even if you have not yet published a book or made a dime on AuthorTube? Today, I'm sharing my 10 tax tips for authors and writers. Hey everybody, I'm Lisa Daly. I'm a traditionally published author of 9 books. If you want to write a book you are super proud of and get it published, this is the channel for you. So if you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ding that little bell, because I'll be posting a lot of new videos to help you do just that, and I don't want you to miss a thing. Okay, here we go. Let's talk taxes for authors and writers. And let's get some money back. So first thing first, I want to make clear that I am an author, not a tax professional. So if you have any questions about anything that I have said today, or if you want to check it out further, you definitely want to consult a tax pro. That said, I have been an author and freelancer for over 15 years, and I want to share with you all of the things I've learned, especially those little tips and tricks I have learned from the folks that I have paid to do my taxes over the years. In addition, at the end of the video, I will tell you exactly where you can go to get free tax help if you have any questions on anything that I bring up today. Okay, on to the tax deductions for indie authors, writers, and authortubers. Number 1, you don't have to have sold a book, booked a freelance gig, or made a dime on AuthorTube to claim your writing business on your taxes, right? Just as the IRS does not expect the owner of a pizza parlor to be open for business on day one, the IRS does know that it takes some time for you to build a business. And it is okay for you to deduct some of those expenses that you incur as you're building your business. So the expenses that you incur while writing your book, building your AuthorTube channel, building your indie publishing company, before you ever make a dime, as long as you are legitimately trying to build a business. Number 2, you can claim business expenses even if you spent more than you earned. Now, obviously, this is a common issue for authors and writers, right? Yeah. If your writing or author business loses money for the first couple of years, you can actually deduct those expenses against the income that you earned at your day job. You would use a Schedule C to do that. Let's say you earned around $50K at your day job and you spent about $5K last year on craft books, writing laptop, or Scrivener software, or a comfy chair so your butt doesn't fall asleep during those long writing sessions, or a ring light so you don't look like a corpse during your AuthorTube videos. You'd report all those expenses on a Schedule C, and the money that your writing business lost, i.e. the expenses you had in order to start building your writing business, will be subtracted from the $50K you earned at your day job, whether or not it has anything to do with writing or not. And that reduces your taxable income, which reduces your taxes. So the same is true if you actually made some money last year in your writing business. Maybe you sold some books, maybe you booked some freelance writing gigs, but you still had more expenses than what you actually made. Well, the good news is you can deduct that loss from the money that you earned at your day job as well. And all of that reduces your tax liability, i.e. the money that you owe to the government. Number 3, I use TurboTax Home and Office. So before we go any further, or I casually name drop any more tax forms, I want you guys to know that I use TurboTax Home and Office to do my business taxes, and I have been doing that for about 10 years. So the Home and Office software is the one that is built for freelancers and sole proprietors like us. The good news is you can deduct the cost of that software as a business expense. Another reason I like it is that it rolls over all my personal and business details, like my home office measurements and my office details so that I don't have to re-enter them every single year. So I used to pay a tax professional that specialized in freelancers, but since my taxes don't change that much from year to year to year, I pretty much know what I can deduct and what I can't. Also, my aunt was an accountant, my other aunt is a financial planner, so if I ever have any questions, I can always ask them. So that said, I will be explaining what I do on my taxes using the TurboTax software. I am not shilling for them. I actually just really, really like this software. However, there are plenty of softwares available. If you still want to pay someone to do your taxes, or if you, if you want to use some other software, it all works the same way. This is just what I use and what I'm comfortable with. And I know where all the buttons are. So you will find a link down in the description below to the specific one that I use, built for authors, freelancers, entrepreneurs. Now don't get the wrong one, because you need to get the one that allows you to file a Schedule C, because that is where all the deduction magic happens. They have like 7 different ones. I have put the correct one in the description below. Number 4. Expensify will change your life. Oh, yeah. If you ignore everything else I tell you in this video today, do not ignore this one. There is this little free app. It is called Expensify. It's a miracle. This will make your life and your taxes infinitely easier by tracking all of your expenses all year long. And you can even track your mileage with it, which I do when I am traveling for business. If I go do publicity somewhere, or I go to a book signing, etc. It helps you keep track of your expenses and your receipts. You just snap a little picture of your receipt right there when you have the expense, and it categorizes everything for you. And at the end of the year, it spits out this beautiful little report that you can save as a PDF that has all of your receipts already saved in there, and it's all added up for you, and all you have to do is plug in those numbers. It has made filing my taxes so much easier for the last 6 or 7 years. I don't know about you guys, but before Expensify, I used to sit in my office weeping and eating cookie dough right out of the tube, surrounded by mountains and mountains of receipts, many of which were printed on, with disappearing ink. Seriously, download it right now. Everybody I've ever given this tip to thinks it's amazing, and you can send me cookies at tax time next year. The link to this app is in the description. Again, it's free, so you have nothing to lose. I love it because what you can do is set up a report, which is basically all of your business expenses for the year. If I can do it, you can do it, because I do not like to organize in that way. And then you just put whatever category you want it to go into, like marketing expenses or office supplies or lunch with other authors. And at the end of the year, you will have a report with all of your business expenses already categorized, already added up, spit out into a nice, clean, neat PDF that you can save with your taxes. And you just enter those same categories into your tax return. Easy peasy. Now, you don't have to go crazy with the different categories. I use 9 or 10 pretty consistently, including a miscellaneous for anything that doesn't fit in the 9 or 10. And these are the categories that I use on my taxes. It doesn't have to be that complicated. And you can have a miscellaneous just in case it really doesn't fit into that, but almost everything does. All right, so you also want to do a separate report for home maintenance. I know this seems weird, but I will tell you why. This one gets its own report. You will need it at the end of the year for your home office expenses, and you can include things like if the air conditioner goes out or you need the roof repaired. You can actually deduct a percentage of your whole home expenses for your home office deduction, and I will tell you more about that in just a minute. Expensify will also help you claim your mileage for business trips, and believe me, this adds up really fast. So if you are going to a bookstore to check out the competition, if you are going to have lunch with another authortuber to talk strategy, or your writing group, all of that mileage can be deducted, as well as parking, tolls, etc. So at the same time you're recording your lunch receipt at your Writers Club meeting, with other authors or authortubers. You can also be recording your mileage to and from the restaurant, plus any parking or tolls that you paid. And it may not seem like a lot, but all those little amounts add up and up and up and up, and that translates into big dollars. You would be shocked at what $5 here, $15 here, what all of that adds up to. Deductions. This is important because it is another nice chunk of change you can take off on your taxes, and you already spent that money. All right, number 5. Get a tax ID in order to make your business an official business with the IRS. So this is free, it is super easy to do, and it takes like 2 minutes on the IRS website. And I will put a link to that in the description below. You can actually get your tax ID today and start using it for your 2020 business expenses and income, although you can also use your social security number if you want to do that. This helps to keep your writing business income and expenses separate from your regular income and expenses. And it lets the IRS know that you are taking your business seriously, so they will too. Also, when you start earning writing income, or when you start getting royalties from Amazon, this will allow you to give these businesses your tax ID number instead of your social security number, and that always feels a little more secure to me. Number 6. Congratulations, you're a sole proprietor. Woohoo! So you don't need to file as an LLC or a corporation to get all of these tax benefits. You can be a company of one. If your author business is just you and your dog right now, that's cool. You'll choose sole proprietor as your business type on your taxes. And once your business gets a little bigger, you can always look at other options. Number 7, the home office deduction. Oh, the home office deduction is the greatest deduction in all of tax history. I may be overstating it, but it is really important, and it can get you big dollars off of your taxes. The home office deduction is often worth thousands of dollars. Thousands. Let's say your house is 1,000 square feet and your office is about 90 square feet, and you have maybe another 10 square feet of closet space that you use to store books, supplies, and other writing stuff, for a total of 100 square feet. So that makes your home office 10% of your home, right? 100 square feet out of 1,000 square feet house, 10%. That adds up really fast, even if you have just a small area in your house dedicated to your writing business. So when you take your home office deduction, you can actually take 10%, or whatever percentage your office is of your house, of things like electricity and propane and your HOA fees and your mortgage interest and your property taxes and a bunch of other things. Anything that applies to your whole house, housekeeping. And if you make improvements just to your home office, like painting the whole thing an awesome shade of pink, you can actually take 100% of that deduction. What? I know, right? It's exciting. All right, number 8. Freelancers can get sick days. What? I know you're asking me like, what? That's crazy. And this is not something that happens every year, but it is happening for 2020. The one nice thing COVID ever did for us. So for 2020, freelancers can actually deduct sick days if you had COVID symptoms, if you were quarantined, if you were caring for someone who was quarantined or had COVID symptoms, or if you missed work days because your child's school or daycare was closed, which of course a lot of them were in 2020. I'll link to an article where you can actually find more information about when and how you can take those deductions. That'll be in the description below, and you can find out where and how to claim that specific deduction right here in TurboTax under the COVID relief section. Number 9, track everything. Okay, a penny here, a nickel there, a dollar there, all of that adds up to thousands of dollars by the end of the year. You will be shocked if you are really diligent about tracking your expenses. I mean, shocked. Every nickel counts. Do not leave $1 on the table because it is your money and you need it. right? Yes. Number 10, I can deduct what? So here's some cool stuff you might not have realized you might be able to deduct as a writer, author, indie publisher, or authortuber. Healthcare plan expenses, retirement savings, and you can put away a bigger chunk of money into your retirement as a self-employed person than you can as a regular employee. Lunch with other authortubers and writers to discuss craft and business. This year, you can deduct 50% of the coffee you drink at your weekly writers group meeting. But starting in 2021, you'll actually be able to deduct 100% of that expense thanks to the new tax law's 3-martini lunch deduction. You could also deduct your mileage to that writer lunch or critique group, or to a bookstore to talk to a manager about carrying your book in their store, or to set up a signing. You could deduct 100% of the fruit and cheese plate that you bought to feed to the people who showed up for that signing. All of your authortube lighting, sound, camera, editing equipment that you use for business, book marketing expenses for authors, your author website, your agent's commission, your PayPal or other credit card processing fees, your giveaway items like bookmarks and tote bags and other kinds of swag, travel, meals, expenses to attend a writer's conference. Hopefully we'll be able to do that this year. Your BookBub promotions, your Facebook ads, your Amazon ads. Any money you paid to freelancers like editors, cover artists, author assistants, book promotion sites. All deductible. The part of your phone and internet service that you use for business. All those writing, craft, and book promo books that you compulsively buy and can't stop yourself. Oh wait, that might just be me. The clacky keyboard you use to write books. The whiteboard you bought to plot your novel. Props for your YouTube videos, and my personal favorite, office supplies. Office supplies, yay! Including planners, planner stickers, markers, you get the picture. So whether you want to save your cash, put it back into your writing business, or squirrel it away for a rainy day, I hope you get tons of money back on your taxes this year. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ding that little bell, because I'll be posting lots more videos just like it. Well, not just like it, but other cool stuff. So check out this next video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. That adds up to a lot of dollar.